Initializing teaching mode. Alright class, remember to pay close attention to this lecture, as its content will be on the test. Also, there is no food allowed in the classroom. Aw, no fair, enough! Additionally, I have detected that our resident truancy king, Flins, is attempting to escape the classroom again. Do you like the nickname? I thought of it myself. Ha ha, ha ha. Oh man, I can't believe I got caught. Again. Flins, as punishment for repeatedly skipping class, you must star in the Genshin training video. Wait, what Genshin training video? What? Where am I? How did I even get here? Congratulations! You just started playing Genshin Impact! And who are you? Here are 7 beginner tips to aid you on your journey through Teyvat. Oh, okay, I'll just go along with it. Here's tip number 1. Build your characters in teams. There are many characters to build and compose teams with in Genshin, and you can feel free to play as whichever characters you want and build whatever teams you want. But if you want to make things easier for you, here's a few rules of thumbs for team building. Ideally, you'll want a team with a sustain, which is a healer or shielder, and 1 or more support characters, which are buffers, debuffers, or off-fielders, and you want at least 1 main DPS, which is your main damage dealer. Here's an example of a free-to-play friendly team, as you can get all 4 of these characters for free just by playing the game. First we have Noelle, who's a shielder, then we have Barbara, who's a healer and off-field hydro applicator, then we have Xiangling, who is an off-field pyro applicator, and finally we have Lisa, who's going to be our main DPS, who will have the support of Noelle's, Barbara's, and Xiangling's abilities as she deals damage on field. When it comes to elemental reactions, remember that Anemo and Geo can only react after Hydro, Pyro, Electro, and Cryo, and that Dendro can only react with Pyro, Hydro, and Electro. When it comes to building individual characters, first prioritize increasing your character's levels and ascending them. Increasing a character's level and ascension phase can increase their base stats. Next, you can focus on leveling up their weapon levels and talents. Save leveling up artifacts for last because their stat increases are mostly RNG, whereas leveling up, ascending, and leveling weapon and talent levels are guaranteed upgrades. Early on in the game, you'll run into many 3-star and lower artifacts, but don't get too attached to them as you'll later replace them with 4 and 5-star artifacts. Which brings me to my next tip. Tip number 2. Don't farm artifacts until AR 45. AR 45 is a very important adventure rank in Genshin because this is the adventure rank where you are guaranteed to have at least 1 5-star artifact drop. Since 5-star artifacts have higher stat potential ceilings than 4-star and lower artifacts, farming for them will be a more effective use of your resin than farming for lower rarity artifacts. You don't have to worry too much about artifacts for AR 45 anyway, as the game isn't too difficult in the earlier stages. Just make sure you have some of them leveled up, and don't worry about matching sets or stats at the pre-AR 45 stage. Tip number 3. Mine ore for weapon EXP. Now, don't be like Flins and try to mine with a polearm normal attack. It'll take you forever to mine that ore. Oh, this is so humiliating. Such a fitting punishment for the truancy king, I suppose. Right, well, anyways, claymore characters and certain characters such as geo characters can break ore more easily than sword or polearm normal attacks can, resulting in more efficient ore mining. Ore is very helpful in Genshin because you can use it in teapot crafting and convert it to weapon EXP. Wait, how does one go about converting ore to weapon EXP? Why, I'm glad you asked, Flins. You can use forging to convert ore to weapon EXP, which brings me to our next tip. Tip number 4. Forge, cook, and craft. At a forge, you can convert ore into weapon EXP, and craft various weapons and gadgets as well. Oh, all this filming has made me hungry. Could you please explain how cooking works in this game? Wait, I thought you didn't have to eat food, Flans. Ah, never mind. You can cook at a stove, such as the one by Good Hunter in Mondstadt. Cooking is like a rhythm minigame where you have to time it so that the spoon is in the gold zone to make a perfect dish. If it's in the white zone, it will be a normal dish, and if it's in the gray zone, it'll be a ruined dish, which aren't as effective as perfect or normal dishes are. Ooh, ruined dishes sound scarier than Miss Inefa. Hey, I heard that, and I take issue with that comment. In addition to foraging and cooking, crafting is also very helpful in Genshin. Here you can craft various materials to level up your characters, weapons, and talents, convert ascension gems, condense resin, and make some helpful gadgets. Remember that some characters have foraging, cooking, or crafting bonuses, such as Diluc for foraging, Barbara for cooking, and Jingqiu for crafting. Tip number 5. Do commissions, quests, and events. Remember to finish daily commissions and prioritize the Archon quests, as they can be very rewarding. As you can see, they also give bonus rewards. But it's also worth doing the Archon quests because they're so good. Also, feel free to skip ahead to do limited time events to get those time-sensitive rewards if you don't mind spoilers. But even if you miss out on the events, don't worry about it, as Genshin continues to release a lot of events. Also, some of the world quests will help you unlock new areas of the map, which helps with exploration as well. As a side note, some activities such as collecting oculi, solving puzzles, completing challenges, and opening treasure chests can help get your exploration percentages up. Tip number 6. Please spend responsibly. Now, let's discuss the elephant in the Genshin room, the gacha system. When it comes to pulling on the banners, be sure to only spend within your means. Also, please note that you can clear the entire main story and most of the game's content without spending at all. Be sure to plan your pulls and pull for the characters and weapons you like. Don't worry too much about meta or endgame modes such as Abyss and Imaginarium Theater, and just relax and enjoy playing your favorites. Planning your spending applies to both your Primo Gems and Mora. Pulling for characters tends to cost a lot of Primo Gems, while building them tends to cost a lot of Mora, so be sure to budget your builds as well as your pulls. Tip number 7. Have fun. At the end of the day, Genshin Impact is a game, and it's meant to be relaxing and fun, not frustrating and stressful. So play it however you like. Responsibly, of course. Oh, Miss Inefa, I'm very sorry for repeatedly skipping class. Starring in that Genshin training video was exhausting, but admittedly, I did learn a lot while doing so. That's good to hear, Flins. I'm very proud of you. Here, have one of Aino's crumb kakes. Aw, really, Inefa? Alright, so to recap, here's 7 Genshin beginner tips. Build your characters in teams, don't farm artifacts until AR 45, mine ore for weapon EXP, forage, cook and craft, do commissions, quests and events, please spend responsibly, and have fun. Also, keep in mind that there's a lot of tips I didn't cover here. This is just a general guide for beginning Genshin players. And thank you all so much for watching. Bye!